There is a moment almost everyone has experienced. You sit down with something important that needs to be done. It could be a project at work, studying for an exam, preparing for a presentation, starting a fitness journey, or finally working on something you have been thinking about for months. You know it matters. You know finishing it will make your life easier. You even know exactly what the first step should be. But somehow, you still don't start. Instead, you find yourself doing almost anything else. You pick up your phone just to check one notification. You tell yourself that you will only spend a few minutes scrolling. But somehow, those few minutes become 20 minutes, or even an hour. You open another video because you convince yourself that you will start after this one. You reply to messages, organize things that were not urgent, clean your room, or find other small tasks that make you feel busy. Anything feels easier than starting the one thing you actually need to do. And then the day ends. The task is still unfinished, and that familiar feeling comes back. Why did I do that again? Why can't I just start? Why do I keep putting things off even when I know they matter? For many people, the answer seems obvious. I'm just lazy. Maybe you have called yourself lazy before. Maybe you have questioned your discipline. Maybe you have looked at other people who seem productive, focused and consistent, and wondered why taking action feels so difficult for you. You start thinking that maybe something is wrong with you. Maybe you are not motivated enough. Maybe you are not disciplined enough. Maybe you simply do not want success badly enough. But what if that explanation is wrong? What if procrastination is not actually a problem of laziness? What if the reason you keep delaying things has less to do with your motivation and more to do with how your brain responds to discomfort? Because the truth is, many people who procrastinate are not people who don't care. In fact, some of the things people procrastinate on are the things they care about the most. They delay important projects. They avoid opportunities. They postpone goals that could improve their lives. And that is what makes procrastination so confusing. If you truly did not care about something, avoiding it would make sense. But why do we avoid the things we actually want? Why do we sometimes move away from the very things that could make our lives better? The answer is hidden in the way the human brain works. Your brain is not designed to always choose what is best for your future. Your brain is designed to protect you in the present moment. And sometimes, protecting you means helping you avoid something that feels uncomfortable. A difficult conversation, a challenging task, a new opportunity where you might fail, a goal where you are afraid you might discover that you are not as capable as you hoped. Your brain pays close attention to emotional discomfort. When something feels overwhelming, uncertain, or threatening to your confidence, your brain naturally looks for a way to reduce that feeling. And sometimes, the easiest way to reduce discomfort is to avoid the thing creating it. This is why procrastination often feels like relief. The moment you decide not to work on something, the pressure temporarily disappears. You no longer have to face the difficult task. You no longer have to deal with uncertainty. You no longer have to worry about whether you will succeed or fail. For a short moment, avoiding the problem feels like solving the problem. But the relief is temporary. The task is still waiting for you. The deadline continues to move closer. And the thing you avoided eventually returns with even more pressure attached to it. This creates a cycle that many people experience without understanding why it happens. You face a task. The task creates discomfort. You avoid the task. Avoiding creates temporary relief. The task becomes more stressful, and then you avoid it again. Over time, this cycle can change the way you see yourself. You stop thinking, I am struggling with a habit. Instead, you start thinking, this is just who I am. You begin to believe that you are lazy, unreliable, or incapable of changing. But procrastination is not your identity. It is a behavior. And behaviors are patterns that can be understood and changed. The first step is realizing that procrastination is not simply a battle between being productive and being lazy. It is a battle between two parts of your brain. One part understands what your future self needs. The other part wants to avoid discomfort right now. Your future self wants progress. Your present self wants comfort. And in moments of stress, the present usually wins.